Hi everyone, it's Arlene. I had some requests to do a video on how I made the tag for the February tag swap that I'm hosting through my website. So I'm going to go ahead and talk you through what I did, and at the tail end of this video I'll be sharing some clips of me creating the tag because it was actually really fun. I had a great time making this tag. So let me go ahead and talk through it. So the base of the card is made out of 100-pound cardstock, and I had bought this a while back on paperpresentation.com, but it's really good heavy-duty paper, so it's really great to back a tag with this. And then the top of the tag, so I layered these two together, is just regular white cardstock that I printed up music sheets on. And Bona had given me some vintage music sheets, and this happened to be a love song, which was really cool. And I don't like to use the original sheet, so I scanned it and printed it up on white cardstock. Okay, so what I did is I took my Scarlet Glimmer Mist. First step is I glimmer mist this entire sheet and I heat set it. And then from there I took some of my Versamark watermark stamp pad, took this vintage wallpaper looking stamp, and I could pick this up at Joann's or Michael's, I can't remember, and I Versamarked it up. And I like to do it upside down, and the reason I do it upside down is because it's a large stamp, and I like to make sure that I get the impression completely on the paper. But what I did is I pretty much did that, and I brayered, and I'll show you that in the highlights. Okay, so I did that, and then I took some clear embossing powder, heat set it, and then you'll see after I start rubbing on the vintage photo, you'll start to see the scarlet pop out on the image, which is really cool. Okay, so many of you were asking how to do the distress resist technique, and I'll show that on this video at the tail end, okay, because that's what I used on this tag. And then what I did is I took a small doily, and you can get this in the cake section at Michael's, and I cut it in half. Okay, I only used half the doily, and then I sprayed it with old lace, and then from there I distressed it with tea-dye distress ink, so you get that real grungy distressed look on the doily. Okay, and then the image that I'm using, I printed up from the internet, and here's a sample of it. I took it and I edged it, I cut it out, and then I edged it with vintage photo distress ink to give it more of a old look. And I layered it on top of the lace and cornered it here, and I just glued it down with my quick dry adhesive by Scotch. Warms the Heart is actually printed up through my computer. I downloaded this font through 1000fonts.com, I think is the URL. I'll put it up on the screen, but they offer some free fonts on there, and I used the old typewriter script font. And then the Love is from a Tim Holtz stamp set. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the Tim Holtz stamp set that you can pick up at Michael's. I've had this one for a while. So I stamped that with archival ink, and then I glimmer mist it, and then I edged it with vintage photo, and then I put Distress Crackle Paint and Rock Candy over that, and I let it dry. Okay, and obviously I cut out the word love because it was originally on a piece of cardstock that I did all of that on. Okay, and then what else here? Oh, on these little sentiments I forgot to mention, I did distress these with vintage photo, and then this one's distressed with aged mahogany. Now this flower, interesting enough, and you guys will see how shimmery it is, and I have a couple of samples here. Look at how shimmery these flowers are. No glimmer mist, guys, and no perfect pearls used on this. Can you see that glimmer? Basically what I did, and I learned this technique off of Jo's website, and she's at Paper Drama, but I used Mod Podge Shimmer, and you can get this in the glue section at Michael's, and I just used this and reinker, and that's it. And that's basically what I did to make this flower, and it's awesome because it gives you the same look as shimmers without spending the money on buying shimmers on those little vials. And if those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, shimmers come like this, because I have a ton of these, but you can save so much money making your own shimmers paint. So anyways, that's what I did. I punched a hole with my Crocodile onto the tag, and then I punched a hole through the center of the Prima, stuck an extra large eyelet through there, and then I put this charm, I put this piece of jute ribbon on there, and it's being held together with a couple of glue dots. But that's pretty much it. That's my tag. Again, the theme is Vintage Valentine, and the technique for this month is distress. So anyways, let me take you into some of the highlights, ladies, and thank you so much for watching and for your sweet comments on this tag. Oh, and by the way, I just want to mention also that I will be opening up signups for the March tag swap on my blog at the end of this month. I'll probably put out a quick YouTube video, but If you're interested, you'll be instead leaving comments. Please, please, please do not leave comments. If you're interested in joining, please email me. It just becomes so difficult because I get contacted in all directions, and it'll just be easier if you email me if you're interested in joining. Okay? Thanks, everyone. Here come the clips. Bye.